It's indeed very saddening and deeply regrettable that the distressing and unfortunate incident which occurred on Friday, 7th October, and Saturday, 8th October, 2016, regarding the affairs of the judiciary.
A corrupt judge is more harmful to the society than a man who runs amok with a dagger in a crowded street. If a judge is corrupt, he's no longer a judge, he's a thief. And therefore, he should be treated as such.
One wonders if upholding the rule of law by refusing to help the DSS to sustain its reign of impunity has now become a criminal offense for which judges must be harassed, intimidated in a Gestapo manner that we are seeing today.
These raids were based on proper legal procedures. They got warrants both to search and arrest, signed by judicial personnel. Every other arrest of any other person is based on that. It just happens that this happened to be judges.
Well, now, you've heard some opinions. Well, let's get some perspective to this matter. The NBA and the NJC have now differed on this one. Where do we go from here? Let's get perspectives now to this matter. Legal practitioner, Mr. Ebun Adegburuwa, joins us on the program. Many thanks for coming on the program, Mr. Adegburuwa.
Good evening, thank you.
Let me start by asking you, are you happy with the way and manner the prosecution of the anti-corruption war has gone so far in the Buhari government?
Well, I think we just must clear one thing right away, that the issue of fight against corruption has no supporter, has no antagonist. Every Nigerian supports the president, 100%. Because whosoever has used his position to tamper with the resources of this nation must account for it. We can't question the president's discretion in that respect. And he chose that as a major campaign program and has been following that. So he cannot get any less credit for that than he's getting now. We support him. But we don't define corruption from Aso Rock. We don't define corruption from the minister's table, from EFCC. We define corruption from the law. The definition, the meaning, the description, the conviction, the sentencing of corruption is purely regulated by law. And so once you deviate from that law, then you don't earn my support.
Is there a deviation from what we have seen in the past weeks or months?
Oh, well, when you say deviation, number one, you look at it that if the law allows you to arrest somebody based on an allegation, the meaning of allegation in law is you state something without proof. It's just flying in the air. Presumptions. Just throwing banters and words here and there. You are a thief. You are corrupt. You've stolen. Allegations. But once you reduce it to the realm of a criminal charge, and you have attached proof of evidence showing some prima facie case, I must keep quiet. It's now the duty of that person to follow through that charge and be able to establish that indeed it is not correct. Now, in the case of the judges as we have here, it's clear. Allegations we have against some judicial officers to say there is corruption. And what is that corruption? That in the course of the performance of their statutory duties, because the corruption is not that they raped somebody. The corruption is not that they stole money from the treasury or that they stole money from the court registry. The corruption is that in the course of the performance of their judicial duties, they compromise. Allegedly, there is a suspicion that there must be some compromise on the part of these judges. And I asked a lot of questions. Because we must look at what criminal law is all about. All the judges virtually who are being suspected to have compromised, those compromises arise in respect of judgments they delivered in favor of a political party. And in this case, People's Democratic Party. I am yet to see a judge who has been arrested, who has been suspected, who has been alleged to have collected money or a bribe for writing a judgment in favor of the All Progressive Party. I haven't seen.
So it's somewhat imbalanced.
And let me now land it properly, because we can't continue to remain in a country in which it seems like all of us are sleeping on one side. One of the earliest judgments determined in respect of 2015 elections is Zamfara State. And he went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court held and said, look, the malfunctioning of card reader will not invalidate an election. And the beneficiary of that decision by the Supreme Court is an APC governor. And there is nobody in that panel who has been alleged to have taken any bribe for taking that decision in favor of APC. And then we come to Lagos State, where the same issue arose as to whether card readers malfunctioning will affect the election. It went up to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court also held and said, look, that election is valid. Malfunctioning of card reader will not invalidate an election. APC took benefit of that. No bribery allegation. In Kogi State, the votes that have been cast for a man who had been dead and buried was exhumed. The votes of a dead man was exhumed and given to somebody who did not participate in the election. And he's sitting on it. And he went up to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court validated that election, saying that elections, votes that are cast at election belongs to a political party, APC. No bribery. These same judges.
Okay, so all of these judgments are in favor of the APC.
So the reason why there is any suspicion of bribery now is that the people who are being alleged now are being alleged in respect of election petitions in Akwa Ibom, in Rivers, in respect of the political party that is contrary or against the party that is in power. And that's where I raise my suspicion.
I'd like to give you a pause now, because we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we will be asking some questions. Some people are saying, why the judges? Well, some people have said, corruption in the judiciary. Well, we'll find out more with my guests in the studio. Join us again.